This Sioux Empire Community Theater production is brought to you by First Premier Bank and First Premier Bank Card, sponsoring creativity across our community.
This is the BBC World Service. Here at the BBC, we strive to reach out to all corners of the globe, especially third world civilizations. And today, we add Sioux Falls, South Dakota, to that growing list. With the world on lockdown and no one attending large gatherings, we took the step of recording tonight's Sioux Empire Community Theatre production with canned laughter. There would have been many more laughs, but we could only afford the small can. If only more of you had hit the donations button, it could have been so much funnier. Accidents will happen, and just because nobody complains doesn't mean that all parachutes are perfect. The British National Health Service is a fine institution, and the setting for our entertaining comedy, The Blood Donor, by Ray Galton and Alan Simpson. Our play opens in the blood donor waiting room of an English NHS hospital, where 9 out of 10 doctors agree that 1 out of 10 doctors is an idiot.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. I've come in answer to your advert on the wall next to the Rinse and Tumble laundromat on Low Albion Street.
Advert?
Yes, you must have seen it. It's
Low Albion Street?
Yes, it's a poster with a nurse pointing at you. I think she's a Red Cross lady with a moustache and a beard. Drawn on, of course, not a real beard. She's one of yours, I think. You must have seen it. Right next to the poster for the hemorrhoid cream. It says, "Your blood can save a life."
Oh, I see. You wish to become a blood donor.
I certainly do. I've been thinking about this for a long time. No man is an island, young lady. To do one selfless act without any thought of profit or gain is a duty of every human being. Something for the benefit of the country as a whole. What should I be, I thought? Become a blood donor or a member of the Young Conservatives? But as I'm not looking for a wife and I can't play ping pong, here I am. A body full of good British blood and raring to go.
Yes, quite. Will you sit down and I'll take down a few particulars? May I have your name?
Hancock. Anthony Hancock. Twice candidate for the county council elections, defeated. Witten Park British Legion captain. Of the darts team and the outings committee.
I only want your name for...
We're having an outing to Saltburn by the Sea, and if there's any of you young nurses like yourself that would like to accompany us, we'd be glad to accommodate you. No funny business, all above board.
I'll bear that in mind. Now, date of birth?
Yes. Shall we say the 12th of May, I always remember the 12th of May. It was Coronation Day, 1936.
You're only 25?
No, the coronations was in 1936. I was born a little before that, in is all this really necessary?
Yes, I'm afraid so. The 12th of May, 19...
Yes, I remember the coronation. We all got a day off of school, did you? We all got a cup and a saucer and a box and a bar of soap. Yes, I've still got that spoon with a silver jubilee and a biscuit tin with their pictures on.
How old are you?
35.
Thank you. Nationality?
Ha! You've got nothing to worry about there. It's blood you're thinking about, isn't it? British, undiluted for 12 generations. 100% Anglo-Saxon with perhaps just a dash of Viking. But nothing else has crept in. No, anybody who gets any of this will have nothing to complain about. There's aristocracy in there, you know. You want to watch who you're giving it to? It's like motor oil. Doesn't mix if you get my meaning.
Mr. Hancock, when a blood transfusion is being given, the family background is of no consequence.
Come now, surely you don't expect me to believe that. East is East and...
Blood is blood, Mr. Hancock. It is the same all over the world. It is classified by groups and not by accidents of birth.
I did not come here for a lesson in communism, young lady.
I happen to be a conservative.
Then kindly behave like one, madam.
Have you had any of the diseases on this list?
Show me. How dare you? No, I have not, especially that one. I've told you before, you've nothing to fear from me. I'm perfectly healthy. Fit. Very fit. If we'd had our own rocket, I'd have been the first one up there. I had my name down for the Marines, but the interview clashed with my cookery exam. It's not right having these foreigners hurtling around up there. You mark my words,
Blood, Mr. Hancock. Blood.
Yes, I beg your pardon. I do get carried away with things like that. It's a sore point with me. Are we ready now, then?
Well, there's just one more thing. Have you given any blood before?
Given? No. Spilt? Yes. Yes, there's a few good drops on the battlefields of Europe. Are you familiar with the Ardennes? I remember von Grunstedt's last push. Tiger Harris and myself, being in a forward position, were cut off behind enemy lines. Captain Harris, I said. Yes, sir, he said. Jerry's overlooked us, I said. Where shall we head for? Berlin, he said. Right, I said. Last one on the Reichstag's a sissy. So we set off. We got there 3 days before the Russians.
Have you ever been a blood donor before?
No, so there we were, surrounded by stormtroopers. Camarade, camarade, they said.
If you'll just sit over there with the others, the doctor will call you when he's ready.
Oh, thank you. Over here?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me, is this seat taken?
No.
Do you mind if I sit here?
Carry on.
Thank you. Well, it's a grand job we're all doing. Yes, I think we can all be proud of ourselves. Some people, all they want to do is take out of life. Never giving anything back, but that is not my way of living and never has been. Never has been. You are only entitled to take out of life what you are prepared to put into it. Do we get a badge for doing this?
No, I don't think so.
Pity, we should get something for people to pick us out by.
Not really important, is it? As long as we give the blood and help someone, that's the main thing.
Oh, well, quite, that's the main thing. As long as they get their corpuscles, quite. It's a reward in itself. I agree, no names, no pack drill, quite. I just think we ought to get a badge as well. I mean, nothing grand, a little enamel thing, a little mottoed thing. Nothing pretentious, something like, he gave it so that others may live. You know, we are do-gooders, we should get something for it.
What do you want? Money?
Don't be vulgar. I am a great believer in charity. Help others, that's my motto. I contribute to every Flag Day that's going. The lapels of my suits are always the first thing to go. Covered in holes, they are. Yes, I always give what I can. I don't give thousands because I don't earn thousands. I give according to my means. One must cut one's cloth according to one's pocket. In proportion, I give as much as Rockefeller. Have a look at this, it's all in my diary. Congo Relief, 2 shillings. Self-Denial Week, 1 shilling. Lifeboat Day, 6 pence. Arab Refugees, 1 shilling and 6 pence. Yes, it's all down here. Yes, I do what I can. My conscience is clear, and when I'm finally called by the great architect, and he says, what did you do? I shall just bring out me book and say, here you are, mate, add that lot up. Yes, I mean, I've got nothing to fear. No, I could go tomorrow. Yes, let's see. October 1961. Gave blood for the needy. What do you reckon that's worth? 3 quid? Just to keep the book straight, you know? Just for my own benefit. I'm not trying to put a price on it. Do you come here often?
This is my 12th time.
There's no need to boast about it, old man. How much did you give to the Arab refugees?
Oh, really?
No, come on. You're going on about how much blood you've given. How much did you give to the Arab refugees?
If you must know, I gave £5.
Oh, well, some people are better placed than others. I would have given more, but I got commitments. I can't afford to go around chucking fivers about all over the place. I have to send me mother 2 quid a week.
Well, let's just forget about it, shall we? I find the whole thing most distasteful.
All right.
Mr. Johnson, the doctor's ready for you now. You know the way, don't you?
Yes, thank you.
He's a bit of a big head, isn't he?
Who?
Him. If he can't give to charity without shouting from the rooftops about it, well. Is this your first time?
I come here every 6 months for the past 12 years.
Well, you've got a bit to spare, haven't you? I mean, a person of your size. Too much blood is as bad as too little, I always say.
Are you trying to be offensive?
Oh, no, nothing personal. I'm just making an observation. I think it's very laudable to give so much. I think some people make it up quicker than others. I expect you're a big eater. It wouldn't take you long to recoup. I mean, you probably... Someone like you, likely... They've certainly brightened these hospitals up, haven't they? It's the health service that's done that, you know. They spend more money on paint. Out of every pound paid in, 2 shillings goes up on the wall. Well, it's worth it once you've paid your £38 a year, 2 shillings a prescription, and the first quid for your teeth. You can't complain. Some countries haven't got a free health service.
Mrs. Forsyth, the doctor's ready for you now. Would you go in, please?
Thank you.
Best of luck. Just think, David Diven might get some of yours. But it's slow him down a bit. Oh, well. It's very colorful in here, really. Nothing like a room full of gay posters to cheer you up. Have you been immunized? Keep death off the roads. Lock up your medicine chest. Very pleasant. Still, it makes a change from record covers. Ha! There's my favorite. Drink a pint of milk a day. Drink a pint of milk a day. Drink a pint of milk a day. Coughs and sneezes spread diseases. Coughs and sneezes spread diseases. Trap the germs in your handkerchief. Coughs and sneezes spread diseases.
Are you all right?
Oh, sorry, nurse. I didn't see you come back. I felt rather lonely sitting here by myself. Funny what you do when you're on your own, isn't it? You know how it is, just looking at the posters and things. Well, is this a normal sort of day for you, then? Do you get many people in normally, or is this normal?
It's about average.
Oh, so you're not run off your feet, then?
I do have other duties to attend to.
Oh, of course. I mean, I didn't mean anything like that. I know nurses. I know all about them. At it all the time. Working, I mean. Working. It's a vocation, nursing. I've always said that. One of the highest callings a woman could aspire to. Well, I mean, it's not the money for you, is it? It's strange, really, when you look at the values we put on a society. Just take modeling, for instance. Just take modeling. You get some skinny bird up in the West End, all bones and salt cellars, dragging a piece of fur along a platform. 50 quid a week. And there's your lot, all dedicated and working. 3 years training, humping trolley loads of stew about all day long. It's not right now, is it right? There's Elvis, earning 10 times as much as the Prime Minister. Is that right now? Is that right? I suppose it depends on whether you like Elvis and what your politics are, really. I understand you get a cup of tea and a cookie afterwards.
Yes.
But no badge.
No.
Well, they're taking their time in there. Everything's all right, I suppose. Just wondered. I just thought some of the poor devils might pass out at the sight of a needle. Seen it before. Men built like oak trees, keeling over like saplings in a hurricane. Nasty.
Needles don't bother you then?
No. I've had too many of them, my dear. I've had a lot. Got arms like pincushions. Yes, I reckon I've had a syringe full of everything that's going in my time. Needles the size of drain pipes, some of them. You name it, I've had it.
Well, Mr. Hancock, doctor is ready for you now.
Now? Well, yes. Well, I mean, there's no one else before me. I'm in no hurry. Anyone else want to go in first, I mean?
There isn't anyone else. You're the last one.
Oh, yes, well, this is it then. Here we go then. Over the top. What's he like on the needle, this bloke? Has he got a steady hand, or...?
Now, there's nothing to worry about.
Is he in a good mood?
You'll be quite all right. Dr. McTaggart is an excellent doctor.
McTaggart? He's a Scotsman. Ah, well, that's all right. Scotsmen are excellent doctors, like their engineers, first rate. It's the porridge, you know. Lead on, McDuck.
Mr. Hancock.
Good morning. It's a broad, bleak, moonlit night tonight. It's a bonny wee lassie got helping you out now. A spore and a dram and a caber, if you ken what I mean.
Would you mind sitting down there, Mr. Hancock?
Oh, I beg your pardon for lapsing into the vernacular, but the young lady did say you were a Scottish gentleman.
Yes, well, we'll not all Rob Roys. May I have your card, please?
Of course. Ready when you are, Squire.
Hold out your hand, please. Now, this won't hurt. You'll just feel a slight prick on the end of your finger.
Ow! Sugar! Well, that's it. I'll have my cup of tea and my cookie now. I can't see why anybody can't do it. Well, I'll bid you good day. Thanks very much. Whenever you want any more, don't hesitate to get in touch.
Where are you going?
To have my tea and cookies.
I thought you came here to give some of your blood.
You've just had it.
But this is just a smear.
It may be just a smear to you, but it's life or death to some poor wretch.
No, we've just taken a small sample to test.
A small sample? Well, how much do you want exactly?
A pint, of course.
A pint? Have you gone raving mad? Oh, well, of course you must be joking.
A pint is a perfectly normal quantity to take.
You don't seriously expect me to believe that? I mean, I came in here in all good faith to help my country. I don't mind giving a reasonable amount, but a pint? Well, that's very nearly an arm. I'm sorry, but I'm not walking about with an empty arm for anybody. A joke's a joke.
Mr. Hancock, clearly you don't know the workings of the human body. You won't have an empty arm or an empty anything for that matter. Blood is circulating all the time. A normal, healthy individual can give a pint of blood without any ill effects whatsoever. You do have 8 pints, you know.
Now look, chum, everybody to his own trade now, I grant you. But if I've got 8 pints, obviously I need 8 pints, and not 7 as I will have by the time you've finished with me. No, I'm sorry, I've been misinformed. I've made a mistake. I'll go and do something else. I'll be a traffic warden.
Well, of course I can't force you to donate your blood, but it's a great shame you're type AB negative.
Is that bad?
No, you're rhesus positive.
Rhesus? They're monkeys, aren't they? How dare you? What are you implying? I didn't come here to be insulted by a legalized vampire.
Mr. Hancock, that is your blood group, AB negative. It's one of the rarest groups there is.
Really?
Yes, it is very rare indeed.
Well, of course, I'm not surprised. I've always felt instinctively that I was somehow different from the rest of the herd, you know? Something of mine. I never fitted into society, never belonged, if you know what I mean. The contact was never there. I was always something of an outsider. Well, that explains it. AB negative. I'm one of nature's aristocrats.
Well, I really think you ought to reconsider your decision.
Yes, well, this does put a different complexion on the matter. Well, if I am one of the few sources, one doesn't like to hog it all, so to speak. I'm not unchristian. Very rare, eh?
Yes, I assure you, there'll be no ill effects. You'll make up the deficiency in no time at all.
Oh, well, in that case, I'll do it. We AB negatives must stick together. A minority group like us, we could be persecuted.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Hancock. Now, if you go over to the bed and lay down, it won't take very long. Afterwards, you can rest for half an hour, and then you're free to go.
Oh,
Just roll up your sleeve.
right. As a matter of interest, what group are you?
Eh? Now, this won't hurt. Relax.
Where am I?
You're all right? You fainted, that's all.
I didn't faint, I was asleep. I've been up all night.
Well, there's a nice cup of tea for you.
Thank you, Ness.
A cup of tea, Mr. Thomas?
Oh, thank you, nurse. Are you all right?
Oh, yes. Fine. Yes. Nothing to it. What group are you?
Group B. What group are you?
AB negative.
Oh, well, that's very rare.
I know. It's a funny thing, this blood business.
I suppose it is.
Yes, it all looks the same, but it's all different. Yes, it's very funny stuff, blood.
Yes. I don't know where we'd be without it.
That's true. That's very true. Where would we be without it? Yes, it's very important, blood. It circulates right around the body, you know.
Yes, so I believe.
Yes, it starts at the heart, gets pumped right round, goes through the lungs into the heart, and round it goes again.
What for?
What for? Well, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? Well, I mean, the heart's got to have something to pump around. I mean, there's no point in it banging away all day for no reason at all.
But why have a heart then?
Well, if you didn't, the blood wouldn't go round, would it? I mean, it would all stay in one place. When you stood up, it would all sink to the bottom of your legs. Well, that'd be very uncomfortable, wouldn't it? You'd feel as if you were walking about with a boot full of water. See, your heart keeps you from having to stand on your head and jump up about to keep it moving. It does it all for you.
I still don't see what good blood is, though.
Well, look, your body's full of veins, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, you've got to fill them up with something, haven't you?
Oh, I see. Are you a doctor, then?
Well, not really, though I did consider it. Anything else troubling you? Any aches or pains?
No.
Oh, well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yes.
As long as you've got your health.
Nothing else really matters, does it?
No, it does not. And you know, the funny thing is you never appreciate it until you haven't got it anymore.
Most people take their health for granted, don't they?
Do you know that could have been me talking? You took the words right out of my mouth. Yes, if you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything.
You shouldn't never abuse it, should you?
You should not. You could say that again. That's one thing you should not do, abuse it.
Some people look after the cars better than they look after themselves.
There you are. You've said it, haven't you? The most precious thing they have is the most neglected. Well, it'll get them in the long run. They'll all realize it when it's too late.
Mind you, they do some marvelous things these days.
Oh, yes. It's advanced a lot, medical science. I was glad to see the back of those leeches. Yes, that was a turning point. I mean, look at the things they can do these days. New blood, plastic bones, false teeth, glasses, wigs. Do you know, there are some people walking about with hardly anything they started out with.
Yes. What would we do without doctors, hey?
Yes, or conversely, what would they do without us?
True. That's very shrewd.
But the main thing is, look after yourself.
You look after your body, and your body will look after you.
Very wise. Well, I mean, of course, the Greeks knew all about this years ago.
Did they really?
Yes, oh, very advanced people, the Greeks. They had hot and cold water in drains, always washing themselves, they were. Of course, it all got lost in the wars.
When Mussolini moved in.
No, surely before him. Wasn't it? Yes, they got it from the Romans, and the Romans came over here, and...
Well, you can always learn from other people, can't you?
Well, of course you can. That's why I'm in favor of the common market. You can't ignore the rest of the world.
That's true. That's very true.
You can't go through life with your head buried in the sand.
No man is an island.
You're right there. I agree. Necessity is the mother of invention.
It certainly is. Life would be intolerable if we knew everything.
I should say. Yes. Let the shipwrecks of others be your sea marks.
For things unknown, there is no desire.
Exactly. But, then again, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush.
It is indeed.
Do you like wine gums?
Oh, thank you very much.
Don't take the black one.
No? All right. Of course they do a tube with all black ones now, you know.
I know, but you can't always get them.
Well, that's the way it goes.
Still, as long as we've got our health.
That's the main thing.
Yes, that's the main thing. Yes, indeed.
Well, I think I'm ready now.
Oh, so you're off then?
Yes. Back into the big world.
Do you live far?
No, just up the road.
So you'll be getting a bus then, will you?
No, I think I'll walk.
You haven't got far to go then?
No, just up the road.
Well, it's not really worth it then, is it really?
Not really.
Well, I'll say cheerio then.
Yes. Cheerio. Look after yourself.
Yes, and you too.
I will.
Don't do anything I wouldn't do, would you?
I won't. Cheerio then.
Cheerio. Careful on the ice. Nice man, that. Yes, very nice man. Very intelligent. Good conversationalist. Cut above the type you'd meet down the pub. Very nice man. He's walked off with my wine gums. I only broke them open for him. Oh, what's the use? If you can't trust blood donors, who can you trust? Oi, nurse! What about some more tea down here? You've had me blood. It's not asking for much, is it really? And 2 spoonfuls of brown sugar? Oh, well, I'll have one at home.
We interrupt this program to bring a weather report to our South Dakota listeners. Today we'll start off sunny with hailstones the size of golf balls by 11 a.m. The sun will return by noon with tornadoes expected at 1:35 p.m. Today's low will be minus 40 degrees Fahrenheit with a high of 93 at around 3:30 p.m. Snowdrifts should start melting around August the 28th.
Hello, South London General? Dr. McTaggart, please. Blood donor department. Dee-dum, dee-dum, dee-dee. Hello, Doctor. Hancock here. Yes, it is me again. Has it gone yet? Have you used it? Me blood. Well, you've had it for 24 hours now. You said it was rare. Surely somebody must be after it. Well, of course it's got something to do with me. It's my blood. Well, all right, was. But you can't expect my interest to cease just because you've got it. Well, it's a waste of time giving it if it's only going to lay around in a bottle for years. I wish to make sure it goes to the right sort of person. I wouldn't like to think of any old hobbledehoy having me blood coursing through his veins. Well, really, I never thought I'd hear that sort of language from a doctor. Have you been at the mess again? Control yourself, sir. There may be nurses listening. Civility costs nothing, my man. I shall phone whenever I like. I shall phone tomorrow, and the day after, and the day after that, and every day until my blood is used. Good day to you. What a way to speak to a blood donor. If I have any more of his old bluff, I shall go straight to the hospital management committee and have his license taken away. I think it's reasonable to want to know where your lifeblood's gone to, especially a rare type such as mine. I think I'll cut myself a sandwich. Help me get my strength back. A pint of blood takes some making up. Oh, this bread knife's useless. You couldn't get through half a pound of butter with it. Where's that sharpener? Oh!
A knife wound, eh? A gangster, is he?
No, I don't think so. His landlady found him.
Cut himself with a bread knife and fainted.
Lost a lot of blood, I see.
Yes,
Well, we'll have to give him a transfusion.
he had his blood donor card on him. He's group AB negative.
Really? Well, that's very rare. Have we got any?
Yes, we've got just 1 pint in stock.
Good. Get it, will you, nurse? Well, you're going to be all right, old man. We're going to give you a transfusion.
I'm a very rare blood group, you know.
Yes, we know. We've got just 1 pint of your group in stock. You'll have that.
Now, who wants the pint of AB negative?
Over here.
Oh, no, it's not for him, is it?
Well, why?
Well, he only gave it yesterday. Waste of time, wasn't it?
Well, I'd been in a right state if I hadn't. You've got nothing else here for me. At least I know it's going to the right sort of person. These blood banks, they're like ordinary banks, really. Put in when you're flesh, draw it out when you need it. Come on, bang it in. I'm getting dizzy. I'll let you have it back later. What's on the menu tonight, nurse? Have you got any stew? I especially like stew, hospital stew.
Well, BBC World Service listeners, our can of laughter is empty and our story is told. The lack of funding caused us to cut many lines, such as, "What if 2 blood cells meet and fall in love? Is it all in vain?" But we just couldn't afford the larger can, so if you enjoyed our attempt to entertain you, then please consider hitting the donations button. I actually went to the doctor myself this week, and good news! I'm having a disease named after me. Hancock was played by Alex High, the first nurse by Amber Bosworth, Dr. McTaggart played by Matt Nesmith, Mr. Johnson by Jordan Deffenbaugh, Mrs. Forsyth was played by Molly McFarland, and Mr. Thomas by Jeff Gould. The second doctor was played by Clinton Storr, and the second nurse by Amy Gage. The BBC radio announcer was played by Robin Byrne. Audio mixing by Jesse Jensen, and sound design with special effects by Jordan Deffenbaugh. This play was adapted and directed by myself. This is Robin Byrne saying goodbye and thank you for listening.
Hey there. This is Jordan Deffenbaugh with the Sioux Empire Community Theater, and I just want to thank you for listening in tonight. We greatly appreciate it. Another thing that we would appreciate too is just letting people know about what we got going on. We are going to have shows coming up for the foreseeable future. We got some really interesting stuff planned. In fact, I'm going to be directing my own adaptation of Alice in Wonderland. So I'm incredibly excited. But here's the thing. To make all this happen, this takes a lot of production, a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of resources in order to put these out every Friday at 6 o'clock. So what I'm going to ask you right now is if you can muster it, please go to SiouxFallsTheater.com. You can check up top. There's a donate tab. Look for the donate tab, click it, and you can become a member of our 120 Club. Effectively, it's $10 a month for an entire year. Acts as sort of a subscription in a way to make sure that we can keep doing this, basically. And then another thing that you could do, and this is absolutely free. All you have to do is go to ourmayberry.com. This is a new app that we are helping launch that basically allows you to help local businesses as well as our organization. So just go ahead and go to ourmayberry.com and just find, I believe you just have to go on there and you can find our campaign and become a member of it. So really, yeah, that's it. Thank you for listening.